so much for being here. Thank you so much. Sorry about the network and everything. Good afternoon, intentional and equitable parents. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Because today's conversation is not about perfect parenting, it's about conscious parenting. I know you saw our topic today. It's about the small words, the automatic reactions, and the silent habits that shape our children more than we realize. My name is Ruth Ikhabomeh. I am the founder of the Equitable Parents Hub, and you are welcome to today's conversation. If you are catching a replay, welcome, do welcome here, welcome. And if you are here live, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this class. Okay, welcome. It's about the small words, the automatic reactions, and the silent habits that shape our children more than we realize. Okay, parents are not just raising children. Okay, we are raising parents who are not just raising, you're raising humans with emotional strength, identity, and inner stability. So today we are having a very honest and necessary conversation. Stop using assumption in parenting. Why they should know better is not guidance. Many of us will tell our children, you are not supposed to know better. Our parents say that to us, like they just expected that we should know because we are older. But it's not the same thing as knowing better. Okay, assuming that we should know better or assuming that your children should know better is not the same thing as they know better. Okay, so let's go right into today's conversation and see further what we should be doing instead. So today we are having a very honest and necessary conversation why we should stop using assumption in parenting. Why we should stop using assumption in parenting. Why they should know better is not guidance. Yes, the common statements many of us grew up hearing, that sentence we say without thinking, that correction we believe is discipline. You should know better. Many of us believe we are making the child more aware, telling the child that you should know more better. We are making the child more aware. But is that really about the awareness? So let's go into today's conversation and see. Okay, so instead of we tell our children that you should know better. Sorry, so was even the reason why. Many of us say they should know better, or many of our parents told us that, and now that we are parenting with little or no awareness at all, we assume that we are doing the right thing. Okay, we assume that we are doing the right thing, but here's the uncomfortable truth: children do not naturally know better. Children will not naturally know better, but they know what they are consistently taught, modeled, and emotionally guided through. So your child will not just know better because they are older. This child is now a grown up. This child is now 18. This child is now 12. This child is now 11. Okay, that your daughter is now 11. So that's your daughter that you're thinking, okay, this girl should just know better now. Why is she still struggling? It's not growing up without guidance is not the same thing as expecting or assuming they have known better because they are now older. Okay, so now as intentional and equitable parents, we must move away from assumption-based parenting and step into awareness-based parenting. So that assumption, you are always assuming, and assumption has brought us to a very poor state. Because we base many of our principles on assumption. We think, I thought he has, but today we are going to be seeing why we should actually be aware instead of just assuming. Because equitable parenting is not about control; it's about fairness in emotional guidance. It's about fairness. Are you fair? Or you're just saying, you're just because you're overwhelmed, because you are tired. So you just lash out on the child, forgetting that they are also human beings. It is about meeting the child at their developmental level, not at our expectation level. Okay, it's not about meeting the child at our own expectation. We just expect, oh, and Shabi is this one now. Why did he not do better? Why did he not do better? Or why did she not do better? No, that is not equitable parenting. Many times we correct from frustration instead of instruction. We correct from frustration instead of instruction. We have never taught this child, you have never taught this boy, you have never taught them. But we react from exhaustion instead of emotional attunement. We assume understanding instead of teaching skills. We have never taught these children. We just, you're now 7. Why didn't you know how to sweep? You ask your 7-year-old to go and sweep the floor, and then the child is struggling. I said, but you are 7. Meanwhile, I saw a 3-year-old that is sweeping their house. Meanwhile, you have never taken the time out to teach your child how to do any chores in their own home. But yet you just assume. You're just assuming because they are older, they should know better. Okay, that's not intentional and equitable parenting at all. Okay, so many times we correct from frustration, and then slowly, without meaning to, we raise children who feel misunderstood, who feel pressured or emotionally disconnected, even in homes filled with love. Or we feel, okay, we are loving on these children, we are loving on them, we are taking care of them, we are going out of our way to get them whatever they want. Yet all those assumptions, we are always assuming, and then it gets on their emotional health. They start feeling all those stuff that we think we are assuming is healthy for them. But I'm here to tell you today that assuming that they should know better is not healthy for your child at all. Okay, it's assuming that, okay, to give them awareness, it will just impute awareness on them. Assuming that they know better, impute awareness on them. It's very wrong. Okay, it's very wrong. So today's session is not to blame parents. It is to empower intentional growth, because intentional parents do not just ask, why is my child behaving like this? Why is my child this way? They ask, what is my child learning from how I respond? Okay, that's how intentional living is about. That is what intentional living is about. You are conscious of your every wake up, every moment. You are conscious of everything you do. You are not just living in lunar land. You are living here, and you are intentional about everything, especially to your children. Okay, because you are molding those children, so you are intentional about everything you do around them. And equitable parents understand this powerful truth. Fair parenting is not giving every child the same reaction. It is giving every child the guidance they need to grow. It is not, oh, you have 4 children, you now carry the 4 children. Just people should just go, just be going. You don't know the need of each of the children. That is why when you want to really do intentional parenting, you should be mindful of the number of children, because you are going to care for each and every one of their needs according to their level, according to who they are, according to where they are. Okay, stop modeling up your children together and be thinking that, okay, this is how we were raised. You want to repeat the same thing. It is not healthy to do that. Okay, so you have to be equitable about your children. You have to see every child for who they are. Okay, so today we will unpack why children don't always know better, why your children don't always know better, why assumption damage emotional development, and what conscious equitable parents should do instead in this year 2026 and beyond. Stay with me till the end, because this conversation might not just change how you correct your child, it may transform how your child experiences you. Yes, your children experience you from your yelling, from your unhealthy patterns. But today we are here to tell you that your children can experience you, and then they will be feeling like, oh, my parent is a very safe space. My father is a safe space for me to talk to. Because the children, they struggle sometimes, and they need somebody to guide them. But when you're always screaming at them, you're always telling them, oh, you should know better. They brought a report from school and say your son did this in school, your child did this in school. Instead of you to go there, instead of you to guide the child to do better next time, you go there and scatter everything. And next time, the child will still, that mistake will still reoccur, but they will hide it from you. Okay, they will find every you should stop assuming your child should know better and what to do instead. Why you should stop assuming that your child should know better and what you should do instead. Many parents say it unconsciously. You should know better. It sounds like correction, but to a child, it often feels like rejection, pressure, and shame. Telling your child you should know better often feels like rejection, pressure, and shame. Yes, that is what it is like. Okay, it feels like shame. You're shaming them. That okay, at this your age, you don't know this already. You don't know this already. Thank you, Chinedu Prosper. Thank you for being here. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon to you. So we instead of us to connect to these children, we just say, why you behaving like this? Why are you behaving like this? Why are you like this? Meanwhile, you have never taught the child how to do better. Meanwhile, you have never sat down and said, okay, let me guide you, let me teach you. So we should stop basing our parenting on assumption. Assumption parenting is the lowest form of parenting. It's the lowest form of parenting. We can do better. We can do better. Stop being a reactive parent. Stop letting things. You're always triggered. Everything is around. Everything is just going around you. Everything is just. You're not relaxed. You're not calm. So stop being a parent that is always assuming. Many parents say it. It sounds like, but the child feels shame. And here's the truth: children do not know better just because they grow older. Children do not know better just because they are now older children. They know better when they are taught, guided, and emotionally supported constantly. That's why you can even see a 60-year-old man that is a pedophile. That's why you can still see a 50-year-old that will go to a supermarket and still steal stuff from the supermarket because they were never guided from the beginning. They've been living like that all their life. They feel that they're helpless now. Because they are now they have the thing that sat with them for a very long time. Now they have embodied it. They have embodied that's who they are. That's who they are now. But we can do better for our children by guiding them, by teaching them, and stop assuming that these children know. They don't know. They expect us. No, we are expected to teach them. We are expected to guide them. Okay, support them emotionally. That is our duty. Because knowing requires teaching, not expectation. Knowing requires teaching and not expectation. Knowing that your child that you are telling, oh, you should know better. Knowing requires teaching, not expectation. Just stop sitting down. You are always busy in your head. Everything is going on in your head. You're just thinking and thinking. And then you have expectation of these children. You have never come down to their level to connect with them. You have not connected with them, but you just think, oh, these children should know better. Children are still learning emotional skills, impulse control, and decision-making skills. They are learning this stuff. What looks like bad behavior is often a skill gap, not defiance. What looks like bad behavior is also often a skill gap. There's a skill gap, there's a skill missing there. They have not learned how to do that in better. So it is your duty for you to guide them, to teach them. And stop saying, oh, that why will you are now a 15-year-old. How will you not know that you're not supposed to fight? How will you not know that you have never taught them now? You have never taught him, you have never taught her. So why will you be expecting expectation on the child you have never taught? So because knowing requires teaching, not expectation. Okay, it is not defiance, it is a skill gap. It is a skill gap. A skill gap is meant to be filled with skills. It's meant to be filled with teaching. It's meant to be filled with guidance. You're supposed to fill that gap with teaching and guidance. Okay? When we assume they should know better, we skip the teaching process, and skipped teaching leads to repeated behavior. Skip teaching will keep that misbehavior that you're complaining about today will keep occurring, will keep reoccurring, because you never took at that first instance when it happened, you were all over the place, you were hitting, you were slapping, you were knocking, you were punishing, you were telling him, go and kneel down. Go and kneel down. You're beating your 15-year-old as if he's a criminal. You're beating your 15-year-old as if he's a criminal. And you never taught him how to do any better. Tomorrow he will do worse. On the other extreme, okay, I told you people of a story that happened now. The child went to take somebody's stuff and sold it. Instead of the parents to come and do the needful there, they came and they were scolding they were insulting the person's stuff that she took. So instead, on the other extreme, we avoid. Instead of teaching, we either blame the child, or we avoid teaching the child. So, and the two extremes are very bad. They are very bad. They are going to keep leading your children in those places where you always wish they are not. So that's why you should intentionally teach and stop assuming, stop expecting without teaching, stop expecting without guidance. Okay, so instead say, I can see you are still learning. Let me show you what to do the next time. Let me show you what to do better the next time. That is what you should be saying. Not, oh, somebody, you just jump into the scene, you are slapping, say, my son did that. My son, you want to show them that you can, that your son is still under your control. You just jump there and start slapping the boy. You just be doing drama. So that is not healthy parenting. That is not effective parenting. That is parenting based on expectation. And expectation alone without guidance will always crash. Will always keep crashing. Expectation without guidance will always keep crashing, because you cannot expect a child you have never taught to just know. You cannot expect a child that you have never taught about the stuff to just know. Okay. Secondly, because assumptions create shame, not growth. Assumption creates shame, not growth. You are just assuming, okay, this child should know better. It just makes that child shameful. One of my friends was telling me of a story. She went to a school, and the mother just got there. It's like the boy performed very poorly in school, and in the midst of his schoolmates, his teachers and everything, she just started shouting, hey, I will go home, and on the day they went to college, I will deal with you today. You are this, you are that. You are just causing shame on the boy. That you have not taught, you have not done anything, you have not guided. In fact, the child is even lost. So it is not growth. The child did not learn anything. That child did not learn anything. You should know better. Send a hidden message. You failed an expectation you didn't fully understand. You are imputing. You carried a weight and placed it on the child, that you failed this expectation I expected from you. You failed it. You failed this. You did not fulfill this expectation that I had on you. So, and it places shame on that child. It places shame on that child. Shame shuts down learning. When your child feels shameful, their learning capacity shuts down immediately. It shuts down immediately. A child who feels ashamed focuses on self-protection. When your child feels ashamed, they would be defiant. That defiant child that you don't want, they would suddenly want to protect themselves. Okay? They feel ashamed, and then they will focus on self-protection. A child who feels guided focuses on improvement. When your child feels that, oh, my parent is here to guide me, my parent is here to teach me, they focus on self-improvement. Okay, they focus on self-improvement. That child, I know that is our goal, that's our focus as equitable parents, to be able to raise children who self-improve, who becomes better every day. And that is our goal as equitable parents, to be able to raise children that do better for themselves by guiding them, not expecting them to know better. Okay? So a child who feels ashamed focuses on self-protection. What to do instead? Correct the behavior without attacking identity. Stop saying you are a stupid boy. I've heard many parents say that, and I often cringe when I hear it. You tell your child, and don't be stupid, don't be foolish, don't be silly. You say all those crass words to your children, and you feel, oh, you are a good parent. You are not a good parent. Oh, you are not a good parent. You need to learn more. You need to learn how to control your emotions when you are feeling triggered. You need to learn. You need to learn how to control your emotion and see your children for who they are. Your children are messiahs. Your children are here to save the world. Your children are here to do better for themselves, do better for the world. So stop using your mouth to scatter what they are here for. Stop using your mouth to call them stupid names. Oh, you are stupid, you are mad, you just say all kinds of words to your children, which is not healthy at all. Okay, correct the behavior and not attacking the identity. That choice wasn't the best. Let's think of a better one together. Let's think of a better choice together. That is what to say to your children. Instead of saying, "Oh, yeah, how can somebody be this stupid?" Eh? To your child, though, how can you be this foolish? So that's because assumption creates shame and not growth. So we should stop assuming. Instead guide, instead teach. Okay. The third reason why we should not just assume is because emotional regulation is still developing. Hi, Miracle Edmond. Thank you for being here. Thank you all so much. I'm so happy to see you all here with me on this conversation. Thank you for being here. I hope you have shared our video, you have liked the class, and you have subscribed to this channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Join us in our growth journey. We are growing, okay? Join us in our growth journey. Be here fully. Stay with me, okay? Stay with me to the end and learn why we should stop assuming as parents. Thank you all for being here, okay? So because assumption creates shame, not growth. And our goal is to raise children who grow, children who can think and grow, raising children who can think for themselves and grow. So because emotional regulation is still developing, your child is still learning how to emotionally regulate their emotions. Okay, so don't be assuming, okay, why is she like this? Why is it like this? Yesterday on my street, one man, that man should not be less than 60. You need to come and see how the man was. The man is a father of four graduates. So if an adult, the man is a father of 4 adults. So if an adult has not learned how to regulate himself, so how come your child you're expecting so much from? How do you think that they will be able to give so much? So they are still learning how to regulate these emotions. So it is your duty. So stop even complicating the matter. When something happens and you just jump into the scene and you are just scattering everywhere, you are complicating matters. You are complicating the matter at hand. You are complicating their emotional regulation because they are learning from you. They are learning how you regulate yourself. They are learning how you regulate yourself. So children's brains are not fully wired for self-control. I just told us of a story of an older man. Yesterday, that man is above 60, if not close to 70. He couldn't regulate himself. They were having an argument. And the next thing, he almost went to go and beat the next person he was arguing with. It was like, you are stupid, you are mad, you are fool. He was saying all kind of words to this other person he was having an argument with. And this is a very old man. So now that your 16-year-old child, that your 21-year-old, you are just assuming that, that you have not trained. Yes, now this is about training. This assumption is based on training, based on guidance, based on teaching. You have not taught, you have not guided, you have not taught them how to regulate themselves. And now you are just expecting that this child should know better. No, they won't know better because their emotional regulation is still developing. It's still developing. Their brains are not fully wired for self-control. Even when they know the rule, they may not yet have the emotional skills to apply it under stress. Under stress, I told us that man was under stress yesterday. He was under stress and then he just broke out and he became violent and everything. So, but that's an older man. So, and you expect that your younger child that you have not taught, you have not trained to be able to regulate themselves. That's not nice now. That's not good. Okay? So you should be able to teach instead of just expecting them to know better, because children learn through guidance and not fear. Okay? Your child will learn through guidance and not fear. So children learn, even when they know the rule, they may not yet even have the emotional skills to apply it under stress. That is why they hit when angry. That is why they cry when frustrated. That is why they forget instructions when overwhelmed. They don't need harsh reminders. They don't need harsh reminders. Okay? They need emotional coaching. Instead, say, I see you are upset. Let's calm down first. Then we will fix this. Okay? Now you are learning how to be an effective parent. You are learning how to do it better. So don't, okay, you've always been, when the child is frustrated, you too, you go and be frustrated. All of you are frustrated. He's shouting, oh, mommy now, mommy, can't you see that this will happen now? You say, come on, shut up, keep quiet. I am the mother here. Oh, everybody's all over the place. So now you are learning how to do better. Okay? Instead, you say, I see you are upset. Okay, you are now the leader. Parenting is about leadership. First of all, lead yourself so that you can lead your home, you can lead your child, that your son, that your daughter, you can lead them. So parenting is leadership. Okay, so you say, I see you are upset, let's calm down, calm down first, and then we will fix this together. That will make more sense. Instead of, oh, you want to kill me, I never killed my mother. Oh, hey, my mother. You just start saying all sort of things from your mouth, and these are your children. So we should be able to do better and stop assuming, because repetition is part of learning. Repetition is part of learning. So yeah, you will not just assume, okay, you have, I remember I told you this before, and I just said this now. No. So why did you repeat this? So your child will keep pushing the bar. They will keep trying to raise the bar. They will keep trying that rule that you have created. So you should keep repeating too, as they are trying to break that rule. You too, you will keep insisting. Okay, as they are insisting, you'll be insisting. Both of you be insisting. Keep repeating and be teaching them. Don't give up. Don't say, oh, I've taught them before, and because you have taught them last week, you just give up and start yelling, hey, this boy has killed me, oh, this boy has killed me, oh, this boy, I never killed my mother, I never killed my father. Hey, I've told him before, see what he did. He scattered my charger. He has spoiled my charger. Oh, this charger that I bought, I did not have charger for be calming down. Okay, calm down, because repetition, you keep repeating. Stop having that mindset of, you can still get another charger. There's charger out there. You will still get more charger. So, but what is most important is your child's emotion, is your child's health, your child's emotional health. Stop throwing tantrum and say somebody died. Nobody died. Okay, nobody died. It's just a charger. So because parents get tired of repeating for instruction, but repetition is how children internalize values and habits. Repetition, you repeat by modeling, you repeat by your words, you repeat with everything you have. That is how they internalize what you are saying. But when you just said it last week, you feel like this your 15-year-old or this your 5-year-old has absorbed everything you said. Okay, they should know better and they should do better. When they now make mistake next time, you down, hey, I've said it before, I've done it before. You keep repeating. You keep repeating until they internalize that value, until they internalize that skill you are trying to teach them. You keep repeating. Yes, you keep repeating. That is a skill of an equitable parent. So parents get tired of repeating instruction, expecting instant mastery. Mastery. Even ourselves that we are parents, we are still trying to master ourselves. Not talk of your small child. You cannot expect mastery from your child. They will keep making mistakes. Even we that we are adults, we are parents ourselves. We have not mastered this thing yet. We are still learning on the journey. We are still learning on the task. So you should not expect mastery from your child. Allow them to make mistakes. Okay? Expecting instant mastery creates frustration for both parents and child. You don't expect them, okay, I've said it before. Oh, I told them, I showed them everything. I showed them where to place it. I showed them how to do it before. Oh, they should know better. They should do it better. You should be calming down and then know that this child will make mistake eventually. They will still fumble, but you should be there to keep repeating, keep teaching, keep modeling. That is your duty. Okay? Expecting instant mastery. Growth is not automatic. It is reinforced through consistent teaching. It is reinforced through consistent teaching. You're supposed to be teaching. That is how the child will grow. You will not just pour, when you are building, you will not just pour this one and just expect that the thing has finished. No, you will keep You will keep pouring whatever you are pouring to build the house until you see the finishing work. You will not just do the put the first block and say, oh, you are done building. No. If you cannot do that for a building, how then do you want to do that for your child? Because you taught them once, you feel that, oh, they should have known. They should know. No. You cannot put one block in the land and expect that the building, you are finished building now. You will keep putting, even at the roof level, you will keep putting until you get what you want. So that's what applies to our children too. It also applies to our children too. Okay? Growth is not automatic. That particular building you have in mind that you want to achieve, it is not automatic. It is not that graph that you have drawn that will just bring out the building. No, it is not. It will not bring out the building. It is constant application of what implementing. That is what we bring that mastery. That is what we bring that growth. Okay, growth is not automatic. What to do instead? Use calm repetition plus modeling. I said this, if you model and then you will be repeating. You will be modeling and be repeating. Maybe you want to have a child that is independent, that can think independently on their own, that can be masters of themselves. So then you should be able to model. Let them see you live what you want them to be able to do. Let them see you live that life you want for them. You go first. You go first. Okay, so remember our rule about cleaning up. Let's do it again. Okay, let's do it again. You must not do the whole everything. You are teaching them. Be available to teach. To teach is hard though, but you will not teach forever. Trust me, you will not teach forever. You just you teach for maybe 5 years. After 5 years, you will enjoy your work. You will enjoy your work, but that 5 years you should be there. You should be available. You should be committed. That is parenting is commitment. You should be committed for that 5 years, that whatever period it will take you to be able to teach. Do it because you would enjoy that skill child. Parenting is building skills. Parenting is skilling up your child. Okay? So use calm, repetition, and modeling. Another way that we should stop assuming is because children learn through guidance, not fear. Children learn through guidance and not fear. When children hear, you should know better, they may comply out of fear, not understanding. Okay? When children hear something pours away, say, you mean the child will just start running around it. You say, this my child is a skilled child. This my child. They are not skilled anything. No. They are not skilled anything. They are dancing around that thing because of fear. Because they know that before they don't dance around that thing and your hand is already on their face, or they are kneeling down, or your belt is on their body. So they are just doing that out of fear. But that you should not be raising children out of fear, but with guidance. Don't let your goal not be let your child be in fear every time. Okay? When children hear you should know better, they may comply out of fear, not understanding. Fear produces temporary obedience. Fear produces temporary obedience. Guidance produces lasting character. That is our goal as equitable parents, to produce lasting characters, not just immediate compliance. We just want children that will eventually become people pleaser, because they are pleasing you today. They will continue pleasing people tomorrow. They will keep trying to please, even when it's against their values, even when it's against, they will just be okay. I don't want them to get sad. I don't want them to. So we are always be trying to please people around us. So don't raise people pleaser. Rather raise people who can live from their value, who can live from their own standards. Okay, let your children be able to live from their own standards and their value, not trying to please anybody around them. If a child obeys only to avoid disappointment, they may not develop internal discipline. If a child obeys only to avoid disappointment, they may not develop internal discipline. So instead, explain the why behind the rules. Explain the why behind the rules. We don't throw things because someone can get hurt. Okay, learn how to explaining to your children. Your children will be asking you questions. I know our children, they can ask questions, but you to make it make it very easy answering their question. Okay, they'll be trying to find out everything. And mommy, why is this one like this? And daddy, why is this one like this? They're always asking questions. So you to try to make it part of yourself that you're always going to be answering questions when you're around them. Okay, so explain the why behind the rules. Don't just tell them, oh, this is what this is how this should be, this is how that should be. Oh, this should be here, that should be there, and then you are just moving. You're just moving. Your child is having questions. They're thinking, okay, why, how? You're not there to explain to them because you feel they should know, because you have said it. They should just know. They should just know. You have said it. They not say last week. They don't say last month. Did I not speak? Did you not hold a meeting in this house and I told you that this is how this thing should be? But they had questions. They were not clear. They were not clear on that rule you gave. So now they intended to ask you questions, but you were not available, and now they have come back to make mistake on that rule you gave. So we should be able to guide, okay? Guide and not to raise children out of fear. We should be able to guide and not raise children out of fear. Another reason why we should stop expecting our children is because expectations must match development. Expectations must match development. Sometimes we expect adult reasoning from developing minds. A 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and 12-year-old process instruction very differently. They process information very differently. My 5-year-old will even be telling her that I need to do this now. She will still be holding you. She will. So imagine, can you be telling an adult that? And so our children processes words, information differently from how you yourself are thinking. So don't be expecting that, how can you be thinking like this? Are you not a human being? They are human beings, but at different levels, at different developmental levels. Okay, they are human beings, but different at different level. So unrealistic expectation leads to constant disappointment and conflict. It leads to constant disappointment and conflict. What to do instead? Ask, have I taught this skill clearly and age appropriately? So there's age appropriate instruction for every level, for every child. That is what equitable parenting is about. You should be able to parent the child according to who they are. Not you are telling your 2-year-old, you are talking to your 2-year-old as if it's an 18-year-old. You expect what an 18-year should be doing from your 2-year-old. No, that is not nice. That's evil. That is evil. Okay? So let your expectation match their development. Let it match their development. Let it match their age. So stop expecting, oh, I know this my child and she's very intelligent, she's very smart. How come? I know this my 15-year-old, she know all these things, she know everything. So because you feel that one is very intelligent, know everything, you just leave them. You just leave them when they are even in harm's way. You just leave them. She knows though. He knows that my 12-year-old, call him. He will give you lecture. He will teach you about that stuff. So, but let your guidance always be available. You should always be there to guide your children, to teach your children. Okay, dear parents. So another reason why we should stop and we should not just be expecting from our children that, oh, you should know better, is because connection improves compliance. Like I said, you've given rule, this one should be there, that one should be there, oh, this thing is there, this one, you just give rules and walk away. There was no connection. There was you didn't connect to your child, you just stated rules and walked away. There was no connection. So, but connection improves compliance. When your child feels connected, say, Daddy, why is this thing like this? Oh, Mommy, why is this thing like this? They will cooperate easily. They know that, okay, this is why this exists. This is why the house should be this way. This is why we should always do this in this home. They know the reason, and then they would comply easily. So children respond better to parents who guide than parents who assume. When a child feels safe, they are more open to. When a child feels they are more open to correction, but when a child feels that, oh, you are there again as your usual self, you are here to trample on them, they will become defiant. And you now say, why is my child always like this? My friend's child is always submissive. My friend's daughter is always, she never talks back at her mother. Meanwhile, you are the one raising that child to be what they are. Yes, your child's attitude is your result, is your report. Okay, it's what you have been doing. So because connection improves compliance. When correction sounds like accusation, they shut down, argue, or withdraw. When you're always are you not the one that went to the fridge and to carry, oh, you are this, you are that, they will shut down. Okay, they will either withdraw, argue, and then nothing is learned. The child did not learn anything. You yourself, you did not learn the truth. You will just be in assumption. But I thought this is the only person. But you will just be thoughting there. You'll be there and be thoughting. So, but when you are able to connect, there will be easy. Your compliance will be easy. That compliant child they are looking for, you will get it. Yes, that compliant child you are looking for, you get it. So just be patient. Patience is a very strong willpower in parenting. You have to be patient. To be an equitable parent, you have to be patient. That should be your one of the main tools in your parenting box. The main tool in your parenting box is patience. Okay, be patient with your child. Okay, better response. I know you are capable of better choices. Let's work through it together. Okay, I know you are capable of better choices. Okay, that way you make the child feel empowered. Me that made mistake. Now my parents, my mother just told me that I'm capable of better choices. Is it not me? The child will just start outperforming what had happened before. Okay, so that's how you can make your children compliant with connection. When you connect with them, they will comply easily. Okay, they will just cooperate easily. So that is why you need patience in this journey. And join the Steward tribe. Hope you have booked your slots and join us already. Join us. So we just have only 1 month to start. When we start on the 1st of April, you cannot join again until April 1st of 2027. Yes. So don't be thinking that I will join them in June. This thing that she's saying, I will try it. You better start trying now. Because by May, nobody's entering. In fact, by after on the 2nd of April, you won't be able to join us again. So join us now. And reserve your seat and know that you are seated inside the hub. And then you are a stewarder. You are a bona fide stewarder. You are stewarding what you've been given by God. Okay? So what you should do instead? So we have mentioned the things you should not be doing, because you say, oh, you're assuming your child should know better. You should not assume that you stated the rules, so be it. You have done this, you have done that. They should just comply. You should connect. So what you should do instead as parents? So practical parenting shift. What you should be doing instead. Okay. The first thing you should do is to teach and not assume. Teach and not assume. Break expectation into simple, clear guidance. Show them, practice with them. Repeat calmly. Show them, practice with them, and repeat calmly. So be a parent that repeats. Be a parent that repeats, because you will keep repeating, and then they will keep learning, and then they will keep mastering themselves, mastering what you want for them. Okay, teach and not assume. Don't assume that, okay, my 15-year-old, my 15, that's why you go and carry this one now and buy for your 16-year-old. You give them phones. You that have phone, can you control yourself? You now carry a phone and give to a growing child. Give to a growing child, a child that needs to be building skills, that needs to be building their foundation. You now carry a full phone and you hand over to the child. So teach and not assume. Show them, practice with them, and repeat calmly. Keep repeating. Keep repeating that rule. Keep repeating what you want for them. Okay? So teach and not assume. Then the second thing you should do instead of just assuming is to coach emotional skills alongside behavior. Coach emotional skills alongside behavior. Instead of only correcting actions, teach how to manage frustration. Teach your child how to manage frustration. Teach them what to do. These are all the things that you learn in still. I know many of these things I'm saying may be strange to you because you are used to the what is it called, to the reactive parenting styles. Okay, you are not used to being a responsive parent. You're not used to being a stewarder. But now we have created the steward tribe for you so that you can implement all this stuff. You can do it. I am doing it. We can all do it together, no matter the reactive parenting style we came from, no matter the reactive parenting style we have been practicing. We can all level up. Yes, that brings me to my book, Level Up Parenting. Level Up Parenting is about to be launched. I hope you all will be there on our launch. Okay, it's going to be a good one. It's a very good book. Okay, and you need to read that book. You just need to read that book. It's a very powerful book. Level Up Parenting. You need to see whether you are the regular parent. Are you a regular parent or a parent who has leveled up? So, but that's why the Steward Tribe exists. That's one of the books we'll be reading in Steward Tribe. Yeah. That's one of the books we are going to be reading in the Steward Tribe. Level Up Parenting. So you should join us, okay? Join us in the Steward Tribe. We are going to be having a very blissful experience. You'll be like, so I can be all this. Yes, you can be all this, all that, and more. You can do all that and more. So join the Steward Tribe. So coach emotional skills alongside behavior. So instead of only correcting actions, teach how to manage frustration. Many of us, nobody taught us how to manage frustration. They only taught us how to pretend. And we just saw our parents, okay, this is how they did it. So we too, we are just learning. But now we should be able to teach our children how to manage frustration, how to express feelings in a healthy way, how to problem solve, how to solve problems. It's not all problems that they should just fall away that this problem. They should be able to solve problem for themselves. So example is, you were angry. Next time, use words instead of shouting. Use words instead of shouting next time. So another thing we should do instead is to replace judgmental language with growth language. Replace judgmental language with growth language. Avoid "you should know better." You should know. You just see your child, somebody you have never taught to. Somebody you have never taught because the person is now 16. But you should know better now. You should know better. You've been having drama all the while. You have been reacting as a parent all the while that you have been their parents. It has been reactive parenting, and now you are now the one that is now judging the child. You are always using judgmental. We should do better. If not, the kind of children we will raise, without this kind of our parenting, this kind of our reactive parenting, they will just be reactionary children. They will be highly triggered children. So we should come and learn so that we can do better for our children. We can do better for our children. So replace judgmental language with growth language. Avoid "you should know better" with "you are still learning and I'm here to guide you." You are still learning and I'm here to guide you. So this process their confidence while correcting behavior. This protects their confidence while correcting behavior. It protects their confidence. So let your words build confidence. Let it protect their identity. Not you are trying to tear them down because you feel turned down because by their action, by their misbehavior. Let them feel it too. They should feel it too. Until only me, I'm not everybody must collect. You have collected your own back from their actions. So then too, they should collect their own. That should not be your focus. That should not be your goal. Instead, you should protect their confidence, no matter the discipline you are giving to your children, no matter the teaching, no matter the method they are using to discipline them. You should protect their confidence while correcting that behavior. Okay? So the fourth thing we should do instead is to model the behavior you expect. Model the behavior you expect. Because children copy more than they obey. If you regulate your emotions, speak respectfully, and correct calmly, they learn self-control by observation. Model the behavior you expect. Not be say, oh, and this house we don't throw things, so we don't do the. But when you are angry with your spouse, you just slam the door, but you just walk away, and you and you are expecting your child to do differently. No, they will copy you and do what you are doing. They will repeat that thing you have been showing them. So that's why you should model what you expect. Model that behavior you expect. Don't just expect it. You lead first. That is what parenting is about. Parenting is about leadership. Leadership comes first from you. You should be able to lead yourself so that you can lead these children. So children copy more than they obey. Stop saying, oh, do what I say and not what I do. In parenting, it doesn't work that way. You can be doing that in your office. You are training your staff. You can be telling them that, but not with your children. Not with your children. You cannot be telling your children, do what I say. Don't do what I do. It's what you do that they will do. It's what you do that they will do. So you should be careful. Careful with what you do. You should be careful with what you do. They learn self-control by observation. How do you control yourself? You feel what is it called now? You feel you cannot control the situation, so you just let everything go, and then you just be doing all the stuff you told them not to do. I mean, you are the one doing it. So the fifth thing you should do instead is to use reflection instead of blame. Use reflection instead of blame. After mistake, ask what happened. What could we do differently next time? Okay. So reflection builds responsibility without shame. Instead of saying, oh, you mean you are this, you are that. Ask questions. That way the child can reflect. They can reflect and be able to do better next time. Instead of blaming them, instead of saying, you are this, you are that. You've just been saying all the wrong words, all the crass words. Instead, you should use reflection instead of blame. Let them ask them questions. They can think. They are children. You too. You know now. You know that you are raising very smart child. You know that you are raising very smart children. So help them to reflect by using reflective words instead of blaming them. Use words that help them to reflect. Another reason you should stop. You should replace blame. You should replace expectation with teaching is because consistency. Be consistent and not just reactive. Consistency. Be consistent and not just reactive. Not that today, okay, people had a meeting, a family meeting. People have had a family meeting for the month of January, for December. Okay, people have done it. Okay, now everybody should just go their way. It will not end in December and January. You will continue it. You continue it in February. You continue it. Be consistent. It's not just you just do it. New Year resolution. We have done New Year resolution in this family. This is now who we are. This is that is why you should join the Steward tribe, because you will learn how to do this in a professional way for your family. Yes, you learn how to do it in a professional way for your family. Join the Steward tribe. Join the Steward tribe. Join us in the Steward tribe. So be consistent and not just reactive. Many parents assume children should know better on stressful days. We just expect, why you are stressed out? Is it only you that is stressed up? Is it only you that is stressed up? So we just expect that these children should know better. Meanwhile, we have never taught them. So be consistent. Many parents should know better on stressful days, but consistency is what builds internal discipline, not occasional correction. They are correcting occasionally. That is not what build. What build is consistent. Is consistent words, consistent actions, consistent modeling, consistent whatever you are doing. Be consistent about it. That's your wrong action. If as you are consistent about it, it is modeling them. It is teaching them, and not just your expectation. Okay, not just your expectation. So you whatever you are doing, be consistent about it. Okay, so when a child repeats a behavior, so many of us we just say, oh, when a child repeats a behavior, it is not always disobedience. Sometimes it is an undeveloped skill, emotional overwhelm, or unclear guidance. Your child does not need harsher assumptions. They need clearer teachings, patient guidance, and emotional coaching. Emotional coaching. That is what your child needs. Okay? That is what your child needs. So because children don't become better simply because we expect more, simply because they are now older, that's not automatically what we make them better children. They become better when we teach them, when we guide them and grow with them. Yes, you should be growing too. It's not only your child that should be growing. We are all growing. We all are growing. As your child is growing, you should be growing too. So don't stay by the side and be expecting only your child to grow. You should be on the growth journey together. You should be on the growth journey together. As they are growing, you are growing with them, alongside with them. So if today's conversation resonated, with you, then this is your invitation to go deeper. Parenting growth does not happen by chance. It happens in the right environment, with the right guidance and consistent support. This is exactly why the Steward Tribals program exists. The Steward Tribals program 2026 begins on the 1st of April this year. This is not just another parenting class. It is a transformational space for intentional and equitable parents who want to raise emotionally secure children, correct without breaking connection, build values, discipline, and inner stability, grow personally while raising grounded children. So that is what the Steward Tribe is about. For the whole entire year, you'll be getting fire that will set you up for intentional living. Yes, fire that will put you up for intentional living. So inside Steward Tribals Program 2026, we focus on emotional intelligence in parenting, value-based discipline, respectful communication, consistent parenting systems that actually work, raising children who remember safety, not fear. So I told us of the father that said children are now ingrate. So because most of us came out and said what we experienced during growing up was this, was that, they say we are ingrates. No, we are not ingrates. We experienced, that was what we experienced, that was our experience. So because the truth is, when a parent grows, the child grows. When a parent grows, the child grows. When parenting becomes intentional, homes become peaceful. Do not wait until patterns become regrets. Start building the kind of parenting your child will thank you for in the future. Join the Steward Tribals Program 2026 today. Okay? Join us. We are registering now. If you want to register, write in the comment section so that we can reach back to you. So your growth is your child's stability. Your growth is your child's stability. Your consistency is their security. And your intentional parenting will shape their lifelong foundation. Parenting is about building legacy. Yes. That what is it called? That pattern, that cycle that we inherited, the anyhowness that they have been doing. This person brought their own, handed it over to this person. This person brought their own, handed it over to this person. We collected our own. So now let's break that one and start building a new legacy. Okay? And start a better and intentional legacy. They did very well. They also had good stuff. In fact, they should not even start on a clean state. Take all the good things they had, they left for us, collect them, and then add your own. and start building. Break all the bad patterns, all the wrong patterns, throw them away and start building. Thank you all so much for being here. I know it was a very interesting class and very insightful one for you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Miracle, Chinedu, oh, my number one fan. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you all so much. So see you again on the same time, on the same channel, next week, Wednesday. Bye-bye. God bless you. Thank you.